Beyond the hammer and the tape measure, I would say the third most common tool used, especially by framers, is a speed square here. You've got this bottom that is flanged on both sides, and that's meant to hook the edge of your dimensional lumber. And then you can draw either a 90-degree line here that's perpendicular to the edge of your lumber, or you can draw a 45-degree line here. In addition to that, you can do any angle between 0 and 90 degrees. You have a pivot up at this end here. So it will be called out as a pivot. Sometimes it'll have a little notch there that you can have this thing pivoting around a nail. And if you pivot at this point, then over here you have the degrees of angle that you're set at between this pivot point and the edge of your wood. So if I have the edge of the wood here and I pivot here, I'm able to set up a line here from perpendicular to the edge of my wood. So this is 0 degrees, and as I come this way and I get to here, the edge of my wood is here, runs up through here, then I've got a certain number of degrees from perpendicular. I can do that from anywhere from 0 all the way out to 90 degrees. You also have these little notches here on some of them. You notice that this was my first speed square here, and it doesn't have any of those notches on it. This Milwaukee does have these notches, and what that does is it gives us the ability to draw scribe lines down our lumber. I can pick any one of these notches which correspond to the number of inches away from this edge. We've got 1 inch, 2 inch, 2 1/4 at 1/4 intervals across here. And I can put my pencil in any one of these notches, and then as I drag the speed square down my lumber, I am scribing a line at exactly that many inches from the edge. It's very useful for when you're trying to get a line to rip something down from, or if you're trying to identify where the start and end of your stud may be on a rafter or something like that. Just a great way of getting exactly how many inches you want from this edge and being able to do it on a scribe line down. Look at all of the different features that a speed square has to offer, and then learn how to use it. That's the biggest thing that I can recommend, is learn how to use this well, especially if you're cutting roofs. If you're just using this as a square to mark a straight line across a piece of lumber before you cut it, then that's all you need to use it for. If you're just using it to scribe lines, that's all you need to use it for. But if you are cutting hips and valleys and rafters and birds' mouths and all of that other stuff that goes with roof framing, really learn how to use this, because there is so much math that this takes care of for you, where you don't have to be figuring it out with the calculator.